Cheryl.
Say the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Consider for approval minutes and agenda.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes and agenda.
Second.
On a motion from Jensvold and a second from Stansford to approve the minutes and agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9 a.m. Carolyn Sunday, related to life and discuss possible action use of the courthouse grounds on June 22nd.
Yes, I just, I'm here on behalf of the Winnebago Relay for Life, and to ask permission to be able to use the grounds, courthouse grounds again on June 22nd. We are changing it up just a little bit for this year. We're shortening the hours. So we're going to be from 4 in the afternoon until 9:30. We will still have the fireworks and stuff after the relay, but with a lot of the other relays, they're all shortening theirs. So we're going to try it this year and just see what kind of results we
Try
have.
to concentrate a little more.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are they going to be down there then?
They will be at the same place, yeah, down
Probably
in
better.
the Emmanuel parking lot.
Probably better than out of our parking lot.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So anyway, we just, you know, we're asking that we can still do that again for this year.
Otherwise, the layout and everything would be similar.
Yes. That too, we might be condensing a little bit. We've had about, excuse me, we've had like 3 different tents that do food. And this year we're going to try to maybe consolidate under one big tent and try that and see if that works. But that's, you know, we have a lot of things that we have to consider with that because of food license and everything.
Right.
So that would be our only change up, I think, for this year, other than the time.
Good. I know you guys have done a great job in the past for this. So.
Yeah, we've had a lot of. We're pretty proud of, you know, everybody from Winnebago County because we've got we've ended up being 3rd in the nation per capita again for this last year with a little over 93,000. So yeah, it's been good.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the use of the courthouse grounds by Relay for Life on June 22nd, 2019.
I'll second.
Motion from Derby and a second from Stansford to approve the Relay for Life use of the courthouse grounds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Say hi to all your kids.
Will do. Yep.
I used to play softball and basketball with them many years ago.
I know that. Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah. It's hard to believe because our oldest one now is, she'll be 50, Mimi, tomorrow. And it's like, whoa, that doesn't seem right.
You weren't even 50 yet, are you?
Not yet.
Yeah,
No,
I didn't think so.
no, not quite.
Something doesn't add up there.
Got married when I was 12.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
She's got 50. I guess.
Wow. All right, consider for approval signing fiscal year 2020 amendment to child support recovery staffing contract.
Ours is on page 6. I had Kelsey look at it. It's basically just to change their salaries, I believe, and keeps the contract at Floyd County.
Okay.
Webb County
That's the,
does all the collecting for it, is it?
So normally it's on a rotation that we, for 3 years, each county keeps. But it was hard on the employees because they get different insurance every 3 years, they get different benefits every 3 years. So Floyd County agreed to take it for a longer period. So it's been seeming to work out, and
Just for giggles, why did they have their separate attorney?
child support recovery,
Yeah.
because when they have court cases, they need their own attorney.
So their attorney does all
There's
the,
enough cases that,
There's a ton.
okay,
it didn't have to be that way.
yeah. Fine.
and I'll make a motion to approve, fiscal year 2020 amendment to child support recovery staffing contract.
Second.
A motion from Chancellor and a second from Stensrud to approve the child support recovery staffing contract. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
So we have to stamp this in?
No, Terry just needs to sign page 6.
Okay. Yes. One page back the other way.
Sign for it.
Yeah. It might be rain and it might not.
Hopefully it goes north.
They're talking 12 plus inches. Actually, I saw one thing that had a spot up around Mankato. They were talking 26 inches. That's just what we need. Well, of course, I ran one over to Armstrong this morning so we could get done before the roads turned to quagmire, so I don't have to get accused of tearing the roads up with my truck. Oh, no, that what was it, 7530, what do we get? It is it.
No.
We're ready for you, Scott.
Okay.
The reporter's quarterly report, I suppose.
You got your auditor's report.
And there's transfers.
Their transfers, yeah.
All its transfers. What do we do in reports?
I was looking for something that didn't take too much time.
Make a motion. Nobody's looking at it. They're granular to the right.
Yeah. There.
Small one.
Yeah.
You good? I'm good.
I'll make a motion to approve the auditor's transfers.
Second.
I have a motion from Jensvold and a second from Stensrud to approve the auditor's transfers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Morning, Scott.
Morning.
good shape for the most part.
Just in time for what's coming.
You said it, that's the story everybody keeps repeating, and
Yeah.
just take it as it comes, I guess. And they're doing their best to get around as many roads as they can, blading and spotting rock, try to get all the ruts filled in and try to get it to shed water, so when we get whatever we get, it sheds off the road rather than sits.
I would go a lot of roads. In my opinion, everything looks great.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, everything's easily drivable in any kind of vehicle, so that's a big
I
plus.
use my car, so.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're not all perfect, and some of them got a lot of soft spots, but compared to what we were a few weeks ago, looks good.
I did have somebody contact me about the corner in Starville by the post office. There's a big hole.
Pothole there in the road.
I don't know if it's in the road or on the edge of the road or whatever, but it's pretty bad. So
Yeah. Some of those,
they might get some other-
all the potholes seem to be where we're gonna be paving next year, so we'll get them all fixed then, but in the meantime, it takes a little bit to get them limped along. So, yeah, we'll get it fixed.
At least fill it with some rock or something.
We'll get some cold patch in there, it'll hold for a little bit.
I don't know if he was talking about the edge or if it
I think I know where he's talking about. I saw one developing when I was through there last time.
Anybody have anything else? You didn't have any
No,
more?
I didn't. Really, look at this.
Yeah, no, there's, can't, yeah, you can still see where some of the spots were, but a little moisture coming up through them yet, but.
Yeah, well, we're in, early April yet, so there's
No,
a
yeah.
long road ahead
Nothing you
before,
can do about it as far
before
as.
things are hard and firm all the way. But I will say that the Golden Plains Wind Farm starting to work on some driveways, not in our county, but Cassuth, so they're, headed our direction that way, so be a matter of time here before they got a little bit of work going on, and we'll keep an eye on it. That's all I got.
My nephew did ask me last night, Kelsey's husband, why, when they were in Italy, there was 2,000-year-old roads that they were walking on there that were still in really good shape, and our relatively modern roads can't last.
Were they driving on them too?
No, but cars, yeah, the climate's a little different.
No, but was it just a walking road or was it driving?
No, they drive cars on it.
Ask Kevin to do a little research, let me know what he finds out.
Yeah, it's,
I imagine they're brick or something like that.
no, it's made out of like a volcanic,
Well, there's the answer. We don't have any volcanoes around.
yeah, well, we had a good volcano around here where we could get some of that glass rock or whatever.
Someone needs to come up with a microwave system or something, I don't know what you would call it, that goes out on gravel roads and just
Bake some dry.
well, that or crystallizes them so that it, kind of paves them.
There are some products that have chemical
really?
reactions to sort of crystallize and
Really?
kind of bind things together. They're very expensive,
Oh,
but
yeah.
some other counties have tried things. You maybe heard like Base One is a product like that you apply and you mix it in, and it's supposed
Really?
to kind of pack it down so you don't have to blade it near as
Yeah.
much and all that kind of stuff. But
Well, they're still better than Minnesota gravel roads are.
Oh, good night.
Well, I think
I haul corn for Doug every fall, and I tell you what, well, another thing too is their roads, you have to stop when you meet somebody, one person has to stop.
Yeah, I met somebody, another one I went into in Minnesota with the school bus there,
Yeah.
and if it was a car, they were the one that was gonna pull over to the side, because I hate, because you get over the side and it's so greasy, you slide to the ground, spin it.
So I think we're doing pretty good.
Yep.
how's our budget looking?
I need to go through the more detail with Doug here as we kind of round out through his
It was,
until he's.
I would assume the rock budget is gonna be a little over.
Yeah, you know, this time of year, we're always spotting rock anyway.
And not
So,
this much, I would suppose.
well, at a certain point in the spring, we spot full time. And you can say, you know, moves every year when we switch from that phase to, you know, end-to-end resurfacing, so.
Alright. Well, I didn't have anything more.
Yeah, I do have something more, but I can't remember where it was at, who said it to me now, so I'll have to
Yeah,
get back to you on that.
that's not much of a
It
message.
was somebody asking about a road that they figured it must be getting close to having its end to end thing, which I told them it was usually every 3 to 4 years, is it?
Yeah,
And you can't remember, so it must be getting close for this road to be done. It's awful, I can't remember who it was.
Well, if that's it.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be better.
Well, consider for approval easement purchase agreement for bridge replacement project, Grant Township, section 27.
this project is, down by, closest to Woden, a few miles north of there on a gravel road. Federal aid, our first swap bridge project. We are replacing a bridge with a twin box culvert, and it's a little bit too long to fit in the existing right-of-way, so we have to purchase permanent easement to place the box, and then temporary easements as usual.
Just do it, man.
With swap projects, we're required to go through
That's what we do with you guys.
a checklist.
As I say, you probably get away with it at our level.
That was tongue in cheek. That was tongue in cheek, by the way. Yeah.
For those that don't have a sense of humor.
No, I appreciate that, Mike. In order to get through the DOT letting, which is where this will go, always the box must be checked. So we've had a good experience with these people, Thomas and Bonnie Rasmussen, and have negotiated a price for their side. We'll have one more. And pretty much just fair market value for a very small piece of ground. For a total of $723.94. So
Yeah.
fairly minor, but necessary.
So does this still leave them the ability to farm it? It's just an easement? It doesn't-
Yeah, the permanent portion covers almost no more than the creek bottom itself.
Okay.
And then the temporary is only for the duration of the project. So
Yeah.
they'll see really no material difference.
From what I was looking at the map you sent out in an email, it looked like it would probably in the end affect it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the permanent does go a little further outside. It's just enough so that we can maybe track a machine down and clean out the end or something like that if make structural repairs, that kind of thing. So it goes maybe, 20 feet outside the box culvert itself.
Now, this one.
All in
will
CRP
this be a
or-
contractor doing it then, or?
Yeah, we'll have to bid it through the DOT and we'll have a contractor build the project. It'll be January 2020
That's
letting.
box culvert?
Yep.
Did we bid on it?
Can we?
Our group?
We cannot. Unfortunately, these need to be qualified contractors through DOT letting, yeah. Using swap funds, just like federal aid with local forces, is not an option.
Are most of our contractors in the area qualify for that?
Well, we've seen Rognus Brothers get our last two, and those are the first two actual box culverts I think we bid through the DOT.
Yeah.
I know that we had other interested bidders who maybe had some issues with the time and getting all the requirements together, because through the DOT you got to be pre-qualified, meaning you have to have all of your bonding and I don't know the list, but you got to be on their list before you can even bid. So I'm hoping we'll have a couple more locally bid on it. I know that we have some contractors who are capable of it, so I'll make sure they're aware of it.
All right.
When did you say that writing was?
January 2020.
Find out about now, then they should be able to prepare for that.
I would think, yeah.
Good.
I'll make a motion to approve the easement purchase agreement for bridge replacement project, Grant Township, section 27.
Second.
A motion from Jen Golden, a second from Stan True to approve the easement purchase agreement. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I can't remember who called me. I'm blanking now, but what they want on this next one is, be able to put up a sign, Rice Lake Country Club itself.
It was Al Hagan.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, Al sent me a message this
Okay.
morning, so I'll try to work through that with him.
Okay. All right. Very good.
That's the only signature you need.
I need Carla's, I think, right? Got a note there?
Discussion of possible action regarding signage to the Rice Lake Country Club. Al had called me and asked me about it. And
Yeah,
so
I asked her to, yeah.
and I talked to Scott, and I guess he was supposed to get you an official request.
Yep, which I received a message from him this morning and I haven't. And I returned it, waiting to hear some more details of what he's looking for. So I'll work through it with him.
He said yesterday he was really busy right now, and it was probably one of those things, he didn't expect you to put it on the agenda.
Well, I didn't put it on there.
Oh,
I didn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I guess personally, I don't see a problem with adding a sign to the existing.
We'll see exactly what he's looking for, I guess,
Yeah,
and then handle it.
Okay, so we'll just table this then?
Yeah, I mean, we should be able to handle it administratively.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we probably won't have to have it.
Wouldn't think so.
Al will let me know if you disagree.
All right. No action. Number 7, auditor's office to discuss drainage issues.
Chris is with me.
Do we have anything we need to cover? Questions?
It's, the little things coming up, so, yeah.
All right, I didn't know anything I have, but I needed to call the engineer on it, so. DD1, he's gonna get some, there's a surface drain pipe there by Thompson that should be put in where it really blew out by the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
We really should have a surface drain pipe over
On the highway there,
Yeah.
just on the north side
There's
there.
a blowout here, and then there's a big blowout here, and there was just a surface pipe drainage there that would solve that. So instead of just cleaning it out, it'd be nice to place it this way.
Is that in the DOT's right away?
No.
So I haven't-
Yeah, it's probably worse.
But not much, is it?
Well, obviously, there's a small blowout closer to the right of way.
All right.
But then there's a
Bigger
bigger
ones.
one to the north when you look to the west. Let's go to everything I have. 9, we still have time for that one. Discussion with possible action regarding a letter to U.S. Environmental Protection Agency in regards to the waters of the U.S. ruling.
So you guys all got an email from Chris last week, discussing that John Torbert wants you to send a letter. She just wanted you to tell her what you want in that letter, I guess.
I'm trying to remember what John said. I gotta look at the email first.
Yeah, me too.
Do you wanna just look
I think if we do it, we ought to make it, we shouldn't do a boilerplate response. In my opinion.
I think we have to talk about how it affects us.
Right.
Which is gonna be a lot of the counties, but
Should have been a recent ruling, recent change in what qualifies as water of the US or something like that? It's just in response to a change or?
They're just chinking away at control. It's not gonna be good if the chinks keep falling, it's what happens.
Not for sure, but I was under the impression that they kind of relaxed a little bit on their,
Well,
Well,
they're starting.
they have, but the forces that be against it, they're.
I'm trying to head the other way again.
So it looks like it's the lack of clarity. It says, the rule as written is at best unclear as to the impact on drainage ditches. Our fear is that this lack of clarity will lead to case-by-case coverage decisions by core field staff based on whatever regulatory guidance they receive.
You get a wacko jug,
You get-
in my opinion.
What I understand that what they're trying to change is if water stands in a certain spot for so many days after a rain, that they're gonna be able to call that also a water of the US, even though it's just a big pond in a field.
oh, is that an email or a letter that you got? Or?
Yeah. Do you want a copy of it too?
Yeah.
You know, it is
Worthwhile.
an issue we needed to, I mean, I hate regulations. Some farmers don't care.
It's true.
Alright.
I'll get fewer.
Yeah,
Tight.
there's a reason there's a dead zone in the Gulf 70 miles out from Mississippi.
Actually, if you go down there and read some about that, there's some good things that happen with that too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like what?
When I was down in Louisiana, I was reading stuff about the Delta and all the nitrogen fertilizer in there and how it's helped some of the stuff actually grow.
Really?
And there was, I just couldn't believe what I was reading. It was in a museum that was right on the Delta. Or, or not far from it, yeah.
Was that sponsored by the fertilizer company?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I says, maybe that place was bought, paid for by, because you got every, yeah, well, no, they're there. Every petrochemical company there is. That's why we're down there a lot, is they all make herbicide down there. So I don't know whether those people are it's just convenient because it's support, or whether they have the laxest EPA standards in this nation, or it's what. I don't know. But they're all there, Monsanto, Syngenta.
So it would be nice if they can have an area where they have containment and extraction, where they can recycle some of that and sell it again. It's gotta be profitable.
It's a little salty after it's been there, I guess.
Well, then maybe the containment should be upstream before it gets there.
Yeah, I wish I would have taken it.
Okay, you chemists, how come every tributary, every river that flows into the ocean is clear water? How come the ocean doesn't get less salty?
Because it
Parts
mixes,
per million or something.
Well, think about it.
the salt is always there, the water evaporates off the ocean, comes in, rains on us, and goes back in and mixes in with the salt again.
Salt never leaves the water. It's only the water that leaves the water.
And why is it
Salt can't
salty
evaporate.
anyway? And why isn't it all fresh water over the whole world?
Why is the Great Lake and Salt Lake?
Name the 5 Great Lakes.
Our 5 Great Lakes?
Yeah.
Okoboji, and
Clear Lake,
they're all great.
Yeah, it's got plenty of things to Google when you get on.
3.
well, Superior, Lake Michigan, Ontario,
You got them.
Huron.
Huron and Erie, yeah, there you go, yeah.
I put my toe in each one.
I have,
All in one trip.
I've seen the Superior, I've seen several of them, I've never put my toe in. I would guess that I've seen them. Seen them all.
gotta be done before Monday.
Really?
Received on there before Monday.
Well, then, you know, sometimes you wonder if it's worth it in a sense, because the people that are on the other side of this don't care what the masses think. I mean, we could have 80 or 90% in agreement on it, and they'll still go with
They'll try to do it through the courts.
But if they do that, then they're open for a lawsuit stating that in the public comment period, a large number of people opposed it, and they're gonna have to prove why they, I've been through this on, Bureau of Land Management stuff, and on, Forest Service stuff. There's comments both ways, and it's always gonna get challenged. It just depends on which judge you use. My guess is if this goes in our favor, there'll be some green groups that will bring it to the federal court in the judge in San Francisco to rule in their favor.
what do they call it, District 9 or?
Yeah, District 9.
If it's 9, but I can't remember what they call it, district. Is it a district?
The thing that drives me nuts about that is a lot of the cases I've dealt with have nothing to do with that area.
Yeah.
They're off in another part of the country, but
There's only one reason they go there.
Yeah.
It's their friendly environment that has a complete and total lack of common sense.
well, what do we want to put in this? So part of it, we can say we want to have clarity in the law.
Yeah.
Clarity in the necessary law. It's clarity in the rule. In the rule.
Well, if you read that bold statement there on the first page, it shouldn't make any difference whether there's a ditch or not. There's going to be runoff, and it is all going to end up in the same location.
In
So
the
it
end,
shouldn't matter whether there's a drainage ditch or not. I don't know how you put that into words.
whether it's surface runoff,
Yeah, yep,
which would actually create more erosion in a sense.
right. Because the water eventually, whether you have drainage ditches or not, is going to end up back in the ocean.
Yeah.
And, so unless they specifically outlaw chemicals, which ain't gonna happen, I don't think there's much that common sense would, or logic would tell you that who cares where it comes from, you know?
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, this isn't a new problem.
No,
There's always been ever since there's been fertilizer, there's been fertilizer in the water. And a lot of the nitrates that they leach naturally.
Yeah.
Out of the ground from, soybeans, great nitrogen in there.
But I think all the Drainage Ditch Association is asking us to do is send a letter stating that we want a specific definition for drainage ditches and exempt them from this rule.
Yes.
I mean, that's basically.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is, can we, take this
That's how
segment
you word
here?
it though. I'm sorry.
If we take this segment that's in bold, but we put a sentence or two before that, describing what type of a county we are and what issues we have, then follow with this as our recommendation. It somewhat personalizes it enough. Because just to change.
I know we have to do something, but in my opinion, it falls on deaf ears when it comes to these radical judges, so, but we have to do it, I agree with that.
So do we talk about our county, because it is an agricultural based county, relies on cost effective?
Well, I think we can say it like, and I don't think I'm being hyperbolic here. Every citizen in the United States relies on chemicals to enhance their welfare. And it's no different for the farmer, the ag producer. And, you think about it, think of all the chemicals that are put on golf courses, personal lawns,
Well, like they said, the largest distributor of fertilizer in the United States is Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look how there's a lot of control of that.
It's all over.
But I don't want to raise red flags here for
Yeah,
the city.
you're right.
That's why I've kind of thought about it for a while, so it's one of the reasons I never went scuba diving and found at the golf course bin for golf balls. So down in there stirring up all that fertilizer, because there's nobody gets fertilized much heavier than a golf course.
We need a PR person.
Well, actually, basically, all we gotta do is sign our name to that statement right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we believe right there. And actually, when it came to the Des Moines Waterworks, that's what was ruled in that, wasn't it?
I think so.
So it's already been. What court do they have this in here now?
They don't. This is a rulemaking,
Oh, all right. This is just
EPA rulemaking. So there's a comment period they go through, and following the comment period, then they make a decision on the rule, and then they can go to court when somebody sues.
And I mean, basically, that's our statement right there, along with the fact that Winnebago County is a highly productive agricultural county that has that would be practically regulated out of business in a sense if we were to allow the point source.
Unless you go to the source, Monsanto, every chemical company in the
That's
world,
gonna get passed on to the farmers.
it's,
Well,
there's nothing that you can do about it.
and if we eliminate all of the chemicals, the yields will drop by at least 50%. And then they're going to be hungry tummies, and then they'll be grumbling about that.
Is there any way, just to save time, that after the meeting, Terry, we could just, I can take this up quick and we could sign it, we can get it sent off, or?
Yeah.
Right. Just,
I think that's probably the consensus. We'll just take that section, put our letterhead on it.
Okay.
Sign
yeah,
it.
That sounds great.
I think that's the
Do
best.
we all three sign it, or do you think just chair?
I can put all your names and just put
Maybe
sign
a little
by,
more weight.
Yeah.
depends on how long you all want to stick around.
I thought you were saying depends on what kind of weight you were talking about.
Probably wouldn't take long to copy and paste this onto our letterhead.
No, yeah, I'd say we should have an official county letterhead, whether we want to say anything about our county being heavily agricultural or not in it, but we can discuss it afterwards.
All right. So do we want to have action on this? Do we want action on it now that we're going to send it? We are going to approve sending this letter
We better.
Yeah.
with the aforementioned information. Then it'll be in the minutes what we included there.
So I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
On a motion from Stentor and a second from Jensvold to approve sending a letter to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency on their Waters of the U.S. ruling. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
At the sheriff's quarterly report at the end of the
Okay,
day.
let's do that.
Motion to approve.
10,426,000.
That's what a
That's a
budget.
lot of revenue.
We can only wish.
What's that?
10,426,000. Is that right?
For what?
I don't approve.
That's revenue.
It's revenue.
Oh, it's revenue.
Yeah, we could, that's what I said, we can only wish it was that much.
Oh, I was putting 2 0.
Yeah, you lost a decimal point there.
Or several.
Yeah,
Golden chopsticks again, all right?
I'll second it.
Motion from Stentor and a second from Jensvold to approve the sheriff's quarterly report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Stand up. Motion carries. Well, close enough. We can probably get Andy on the phone.
Here's the number.
Let's see. Andy,
Yes,
this is the Winnebago County Supervisors.
I
Are you able to talk with us?
am.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so we're discussing number 8 on our agenda regarding DD5, Lat 5.
Okay.
I know we wanted you to engineer that replacement. Did you have some questions for us?
Yeah, I just had a couple things. I wasn't sure how everything went, so maybe things are taken care of. It sounds like you went ahead and hired Elliot to do the work. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Because I was going to say, because like my estimate in my report was over the 50 grand, so like the public hearing and things would have been required on that, unless the public hearing for the report itself covered it. That would be one thing to
Well,
consider, but
our estimate was below that, so
The estimate, but Elliot agreed to do it for, was it 45,000, I think? Yes. So that stayed underneath the
threshold.
okay.
threshold.
Okay, no, that sounds good. And then I didn't know if he was gonna provide any sort of unit costs or anything. I don't anticipate anything going over, but I didn't know if that'd be something you'd wanna get from him at some point, or
Well,
not.
he's here, we could ask him. Elliot?
I guess I was just gonna stay at that 45,000, that
Okay.
farming tile connections I had, that was just all gonna be in that 45,000.
He said all the connections were within that 45,000.
Okay.
You might wanna cover yourself, just a second, Andy, you might wanna cover yourself in case there's some unforeseen. I
Yeah,
don't think there are, but,
yeah, I guess I know that field pretty good.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty confident.
You're confident, all right, he's confident.
It's not, it's not a long distance if he knows the field and.
Sure, okay, all right. So, did you want us to do anything regarding easements on this thing, or just stake it and inspect it?
Basically, all we're doing is relocating a portion of the tile farther north, right? To get away from the ditch.
Oh, I thought it was, okay,
So we'll be
I didn't
staying
know
out
if we
of
were
the
doing a
states.
portion of it, I thought it was gonna be all of it.
Okay, so,
We're putting all new in.
yeah, we're putting all new in, but a portion of where the tile was has to be moved.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see, I just needed to look at the, can't remember if we're sticking with that same alignment for in that report or not. It's probably gonna be pretty close, if not the same.
What?
I would bet it would fall within the easement itself right now.
Right, because when you put a new tile line in, you're either like 10 feet away,
Yeah.
so I can't see where it would be too much farther than that anyway.
Do you think, Elliot, do you think 10 feet's a safe distance from that ditch?
Well, it might be a little close, maybe it would be 15 feet right that ditch, but the rest of it, by his alignment they originally had, was pretty close, you know.
Okay.
I guess that's one thing we could see
when
when
it was
we get
shown
out
on
there.
the plans, it looked like I was gonna be, oh man, I was gonna be probably about 75 feet north of the ditch with the new tile alignment. And then, the first 200 feet or so was gonna be roughly the same alignment.
Either or, you'd have to be a moron, whoever owns that property, to, what's the word I'm trying to think of, to contest, the easement on that, because it's obviously giving Elliot and his mother, the drainage benefit. So, I mean, I know you want to put everything down legally, but it would just be moronic for Elliot's mom to come back and say, can't do this, so.
Yeah. That's, the easements are just to cover the district's
I know it, I know.
rights and things, and Elliot's mom and Elliot probably won't be the final owners of the property. So that was the main reason for easements anyway.
We'll all be dead.
But anyhow, if you don't want to do the easements, I was just asking the question.
Yeah,
I would recommend it, but that's up to you guys.
But whoever owns that property would be stupid to contest that because it gives them drainage.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I don't disagree, but, so, anyway, so does, ultimately you just want us to stake and inspect it then?
Yep.
Okay, and do you want to shift that alignment closer than what I had shown in the drawings, or?
Work with Elliot on that.
I just want to make sure there's a safe distance from the ditch so that we don't have a problem between the two.
Sure. Yep, and I just didn't want to build the bank up too much over top of it, so you have further to dig down for repairs later, so. Okay.
Back to something that you already said, you had to ditch out, so.
Elliot is looking at doing it this spring yet, or?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Well, that sounds good. I will run with that, and I'll send up, that work order, and we should be able to be good to go from there.
Okay.
I can just send you an email, Andy, like a week ahead of time or something, give you a heads up or something.
Did you hear him?
I can't hear him
He said
very well.
he'd send you an email a week ahead of time to let you know when he was going to do it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going with, what was it, 12-inch
There was one change from it. The one part we were changing was at the top end, wasn't it?
Right, instead of cement, we're going to HP and stormwater pipe.
Yeah, we were gonna go, instead of the cement at the top, we were gonna go with HP.
Oh, the HDPE.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty shallow up there on the east end.
He said that the manufacturer, is rated for it, so.
For 1 to 2 feet of cover.
Yes.
For 2 feet anyway.
We're comfortable with it.
Okay. Okay. All right, we can run with it. Obviously I recommended concrete, but,
Yep,
okay.
We've already,
that's noted. Yep.
we already put it in our motion prior to this.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, we can run with that. All right, that sounds good.
All right,
I think that's all I needed.
okay, good.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thanks, Chase.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
All right. Number 10, discussion of possible action regarding fiscal year 19, second half levy allocation request from CSS. So we have a delinquent balance of $229,654.40. We have a second half request of $186,999.50.
I'll take my hard line again. I say we don't pay it, we gotta go to the court.
Well, this is the second half levy only that we're talking about.
Yeah,
That part we owe, I feel, not the delinquent balance.
Well, what they did is they applied, part of our levy amount from the last payment to the delinquent,
Oh, so
funds
this,
balance.
the 42,654 is the second half. This is from last year.
but this has become such a fiasco.
How did they do this? Okay, let me understand. Good balance.
Well, we're delinquent, because
This part's the delinquent.
they're not.
Yeah, this is the delinquent 186. The 42 is the new part.
First request July 18.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, this is second October 18.
Is that right? July 18?
Yeah. See, because we didn't,
Oh, it's not fiscal year.
they didn't separate out the difference between what comes out of Fund 10, the extra that they want, and the actual levy. We've paid our levy amount, but they applied it to the fund balance amount that we were short, so therefore we came up short on our,
So this amount would complete our levy for this year, correct? If we paid that amount.
yes.
Okay. That's the part I feel like we should pay. Anything? Because if you're gonna make a point on that contested amount, we stick with the contested amount as such, correct?
Well, it's muddied up because they didn't keep it separate. They're not exactly sure which one. would be the,
There's no way this is gonna get rectified. There's no way this is gonna get rectified unless you get I guess lack of a forensic audit.
well,
Finally tell us what's going on down there.
Cassuth has been in contact with the auditor's office, and he, I believe Roger said that he talked to the second in command there, and it didn't pass the smell test, is what the guy said, and they moved it on to the auditor.
That's fine, but let's force the issue.
Oh,
You know,
I'm fine not paying it. I'm fine not paying any of it. I do,
Trying to-
you know,
Last payment.
I would like to keep current with the levy amount, but the amount I don't want to pay is what they requested in the fund balance. And how much of the levy amount got applied to the last fund balance, I guess that's the question.
well, I will quote Edmund Burke, and I'm not saying this is evil, but all that's necessary for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. And when we just keep going along,
Well, you
we're
just,
doing nothing.
if you just accept the fact that you don't have a choice. There is a choice.
Yes, there is.
And it's to fight what you don't believe in.
That's right.
And, you know, but
We might lose, but that's a chance you take.
And
I'm so sick of rock, it just makes.
and the only way to get more attention to this is, you know, when it comes time, I mean, they told us we have to go back to CSS, but just don't do it.
Yeah.
We absolutely do not believe.
Okay, so I want to ask both of you. Do you believe we should not be paying this year's levy?
Yep. No, it shouldn't be doing it.
But they're providing our services.
But I think it's evident they screwed us in the past. I think, and that will come out.
Well,
And maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
they legally screwed us.
Yeah. But that's what courts are there for, to
Because-
rectify that.
And when we came into this whole thing, we had a $600-some thousand fund balance or whatever it was, and very little of that money will be spent in our area, in our
Right.
county.
Exactly.
They,
And so that should be brought to
now
light.
they made us, and you know, the regions that spent their fund balance down by lowering their levies will be in a sense okay.
Yeah.
Their taxpayers will be, but what we've had in ours, we went on a spending spree, and now they're gonna change it back to where they're gonna raise it to a 40% fund balance again, so then we'll have to levy to build the fund balance back up. So
We've already paid the full levy amount. Okay.
Well, but they applied it.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. We have, in our minds, paid our full levy amount for this year already. Okay. That's the question I have. So then I would agree with you on this.
Well, I'll just state it so it's out there in the public. We do everything we can to defeat Bob Lincoln because he is, I'll leave it right there.
he's trying to create a kingdom.
Yep.
In a sense.
And if we don't fight now,
He's
we're
gonna,
just screwed down the road.
like I put in that one email, it says he's trying to self-aggrandize himself with the people at the eyes, you know, in the eyes of the people at the state. Because he wants to either be CSSB, the owned region, or, you know, I mean, one point it was rumored he wanted Fox Open's job.
And I will own it. I'll own it if we get screwed on this. I will step right up and say, I fought for it, so.
So do we want to actually make a motion to not pay it
Yes, I would like to.
and give a reason why we're not paying?
As long as we're current.
We're current on our levy.
Yep.
And I guess that could be better said, so I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, I have a motion. Okay, I'll try to put it together here. So we are motioning and seconding the
I'll rephrase my
To
motion.
deny.
Yeah. I make a motion to deny any request for funds from Winnebago County to CSS due to the fact that this needs to be rectified from a state level. And it needs to be investigated for I see how there are benefit, but due to, we have a fiduciary duty to our citizens.
To make sure as many of our fund balance dollars are spent in our county as possible.
Exactly.
While providing our service.
Yep.
Yes, providing better services.
That makes sense.
Okay, so this is what I have.
Okay.
Deny any request for funds from Winnebago County to CSS needs to be rectified at the state level and be investigated due to our fiduciary responsibility to our citizens.
Yep, sounds good.
I don't know
Good
if
enough.
I don't know if I like the term any. I think deny this request.
No.
Any request from our fund balance.
No, let's, I know it's gonna be challenged legally because we have an E28 agreement, but at least gets the ball rolling. So we can challenge this at a state level.
Yeah, because we've lost complete and total control over who, how, and where our money is spent.
Yep, exactly.
We got.
I leave my motion as set.
Yep. We've got, one county that puts in 25%, 53% of the budget is spent in their county.
Yeah.
Nothing against them either.
No.
They should take care of theirs, and we should take care of ours.
Question?
Question has been called for. Now proceed vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Quarterly report.
Chris has that.
Set public hearing for Norsk Foresight.
Okay, so if I get that to paper.
This would be Michael Johnson's expansion.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
I talked to him.
Okay.
He just told me he's 2,500 now. I don't know if he wasn't going to, was it 4,000 or 4,400, whatever it is. He's expanding, and it's right where he lives, so.
Yeah, that's the one where we said at least each one of the smaller side. Yes.
April 13th would work, or no, April. So we have to have it.
It has to be back by what?
May 1st, so if we did April 30th, we should be fine.
Okay. Let's do it right at 9 o'clock.
That's fine with me.
You want to make that motion, Mike?
Yep.
I'll second it.
Got a motion from Senator in a second from Gensvold to set a public hearing for Norsk Foresight for April 30th at 9 a.m. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Can I, I'll just change my budget. I put my budget at 95.
Oh.
But I can go in and change I can change it to 9:30 or 9:15 in the budget. Yeah.
Okay, so set public hearing for fiscal year 19 budget.
April 30th, that,
9:30.
sure.
Okay. I'll make a motion to set the public hearing for fiscal year 19 budget amendment for April 30th at 9:30 a.m.
I'll second.
Motion from Derby and a second from Jensvold. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, sign. Motion carries. Chris?
Here's the report.
We've been really busy with passports. If you look at January and March, I think just because, the other counties around us don't do them.
So how many
A lot of
counties around
travelers.
us are not doing it?
Worth does not, Hancock doesn't,
Why do you think?
because of staffing. It's because you have to keep the vital records separate from the person that does them. We keep them locked. They can't have access to any of that, so.
What's our net out of it? Per passport?
$35 plus pictures, 12 weeks, so they do that. It's a nice little money maker.
Pays for the time it takes to do it, does it?
I would say, yeah. We've been busy with boat renewals. It's boat year. It's every 3 years.
Devin said it was.
So they don't stagger or anything, they're all the same.
They're all due April 30th. So people come pay their taxes, then they come renew their boat, which is kind of nice. So
Alright.
I'll make a motion to approve the recorder's quarterly report.
Second.
Motion from Jensvold, a second from Stensrud, for recorder's report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign.
thank you.
Thanks. Open forum.
I need that stamped. I just need you to sign that, Terry.
How many was that? Group?
You know, this is what it was just the right date.
That's a receipt, yeah.
He knew what he wanted, he just grabbed the wrong one.
Anything else for open forum? Any open forum? Well, hearing no more open forum, I believe that comes to the end of our agenda. Oh, no. Yeah, we already approved the other. So,
Yes, that's right.
So, we stand adjourned. So if you want to copy and paste something. You see this? Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Sometimes I get those, I'm not knowing if you guys got it. Working period, or it's just really slow.
It will, like when I click on something, it like moves like this far and then clicks over here.
facing it.
Yeah,
Is that the underground one?
380.
Is this the underground one?
No.
No?
And I looked up that underground one